Mr. Hurst,
Breaking news.
I wanted to start this week and unifying the anti-Labour Party. The funeral and the behavior tell me that we have to do something to clear up our image. The Honorable
This is Antigua breaking
Asot
news.
Michael went to Lake Reed
If you don't repeat that
and
story.
they almost knocked him out. So,
Mm.
you remember the anti-Labour Party had a breaker group named the Little Eight?
The who?
The Little Eight.
The Little Eight. Mr. Hurst, you know them? The Little Eight?
They were
Yeah.
some persons
Oh.
figured that VC was staying out too long. And 9 of them
Okay, let's hear this one.
decided that they were going to threaten him.
Mm-mm.
And when VC heard one of them was leaving, he called Jimmy Fuller.
Uh-huh.
And Jimmy Fuller went to Candy. You know Candy? Wednesday time Candy.
But of course, Candylands, yes.
And Candy went to
This is
Lorraine.
Antigua breaking news.
Lorraine Williams. And both of them went up with the kids
Mm.
and tell Robin Yearwood that he cannot betray V.C. Bird. And Robin Yearwood said he was going to stay with
So he was a.
Bird.
So let me ask this. So
And
he
he
was.
didn't-
Hold on there. So he was about to betray Papa?
Well, he was going to he was going to be part of the Little Nine.
Oh,
That
okay.
would have caused the government to crumble.
And Papa reminded him of something that changed his mind?
Papa called Jimmy. V.C. called Jimmy. And Lauren and Candy
Mm.
joined together and they went in with Jimmy Fuller's help.
Mm-mm. Is
And then
wait,
there was a
hold on there.
march.
Hold on. I saw Jimmy. I have been seeing Jimmy on television since what is he doing there? Crying?
Well,
Jimmy?
This is Antigua
tears of
breaking
crocodile in
Why
it.
you coming out? Jimmy, you're crying?
There
Oh.
was even a march Friday. And they went and they marched against the anti-Labour Party.
Mm-mm. Was Mr. Hurst there?
No,
Oh, okay.
V.C. Bird never
This
made
is
any nice
Antigua
with them.
breaking news.
He left the room for them to come back.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The first budget address after that,
Mm.
V.C. just went in, he reached 2 lines and he opened the budget for debate.
Mm.
And from then, all of them came back to Labour.
Okay.
And VC forgive
This
forgive
is
all of them.
Antigua breaking
And
news.
say all that to say?
I'm just talking forgiving.
Oh, okay.
You remember the Bloom Cooper report?
Groom Cooper report, Mr. Hurst. He
When
was
they say
a part of that, right?
that we were sending guns to South Africa, and V.C. Bird is the man that was given all the South Africans
This is
passport
Antigua breaking
to
news.
travel all over the world.
Mm.
I know that touched him worse than anything else.
Mm.
One of his minister and one of his soldier, Bloom Cooper even went as far as say that one fella should not hold office again in this country.
Mm. And?
V.C. Bird tell him to hold off. And the next election, when V. Bird won overwhelmingly,
Mm.
he tell Bloom Cooper and the whole country that the people have spoke.
Mm.
And V. Bird was part of the government
Mm.
until he was finished.
And say all that to say?
VC forgave again. You remember down at Multipurpose Center? And I want to say this to Sly,
Antigua breaking news.
that the anti-Labour Party is the only party that called inquiry against itself. You check that.
Mhm.
The only party that tried to call against itself. Bloom Cooper, all of them.
This is Antigua
And when they were
breaking news.
finished, V.C. Bird forgive everybody. The Multipurpose Center
Mm.
politically kill off Sir Hilroy Humphrey.
Mm-mm.
Percival was scared one of our upcoming minister, remember that?
The best. I'll go to
One
war.
of our upcoming minister, he was gone.
I would fight with Bernard Percival to the end.
You remember? One fella said on the election that we going to take away VC Bird passport and jail him. 3 months after VC Bird welcomed him in the Antigua Labour Party.
See, we're saying all that to say
Forgiveness
forgiveness.
is what kept Antigua Labour Party going.
Mr. Hurst, forgiveness.
And when we got Reuben Harris, we didn't only get him. We got a number of persons, including his loved wife, Bridget Harris.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand what I'm saying?
Dang,
So
Bridget
forgiveness, and this thing I hear people saying,
But tell her what you said. Tell her about forgiveness. Straight. Tell her what you want to say. Tell her now.
take your time, I'm an old man. What I am saying, that we cannot say
Come all over to England.
that we're going to get rid of Asot Michael
No,
like that.
okay.
We can't say that. The party is governed by a constitution.
This is
And just like how
You're right when you said this is the only party that calls
no,
something on
I'm
themselves.
trying to unify the party.
This is unifying?
Yes,
Okay, then. Okay, no problem.
it is unifying.
Okay.
I'm showing
You should have said
what
some.
VC Bird did.
You should have said some fierce unifying.
Well, let me tell you this. Sly,
This is
you remember the question with the fences when 75 million broad US dollar note went to nothing? You remember Malvin Joseph break the news in Parliament?
Yes, Sir Malvin Joseph, yes, he did it.
Sir Malvin Joseph. When Labour won,
breaking news.
the first person we hired was the person that was in charge of the fences.
See you.
No, man, one more. We forgive that person. I'm saying, whatever Asot has done, let us deal with him in the party.
This
But we
is
can't just decide we're going to kill him one time.
Stop doing your fingers like that, Mr. Hurst.
And, like,
What?
there was a fella say that he could pull away the podium from Lester Bird.
See you.
No, you can't say that, you hear me out. He said he was going to pull it away. And we have hired him in the Antigua Labour Party. And by the end of the term,
This is Antigua.
he would have made $1 million. Get water, telephone, and light free. Water, telephone, and light free. You tell me, what has Asot done? What has Asot mother done? That some people are saying that we should get rid of them.
This is
Have a nice day,
We
my
need
brother.
to unite the party. VC Bird forgive Lester Bird, all of them. He tell Bloom Cooper that veer when he see it again. Check the results of the polls.
I will, okay? All right, we will.
To the polls. Sly, I mean it as 1 and 1 make 2.
All right, we heard you, and thank you much for calling, and have yourself a good
And
day.
we must forgive our people.
At that time, just that time.
Sly, you know, fella by the name of Hugh Marshall,
Hugh, junior or senior? I know both.
senior.
Oh, yes, that's my father-in-law.
You remember one time,
This is
he been farm me one party.
No, I never heard of
Our
that.
meeting in East Bus Station, I can remember. Me and you all right.
Company of Walker, look. I'm almost 12 years younger.
And VC Bird till he come back home. And he's home now. Sly, you know, Robin Haywood.
So I'll say all that for say what?
This is
Well, you're hearing there. You know, Sir Robin Haywood. You know, Q.T. Benjamin, he should be set too.
But in time.
You know, Sir Malvin Joseph.
Oh, yes.
And national hero in the waiting, Gaston Brown. You know them?
Yes, that's my nephew, my prime
You know
minister.
them are the
Yes.
only 4 persons in Labour Party
That what?
that win more time than Asot Michael.
Okay.
This
You know that?
Say all that to say what?
I'm just telling you, we have to unify this thing.
Oh, so this is
We
unifying
have
it.
to unify
No,
this thing.
I'm with you. I'm listening to you as you
Sly,
parlay.
and nobody just cost them more than VC Bird now. Remember VC Bird said they're fat, but and the certain things we should not pass them. But VC Bird never drive with nobody.
This is Antigua.
I always feel once there is a will,
Well, that was Papa.
once there is a will, there is a way. Remember one time, Robin Bascos and Ruben Harris, they had a negotiation for the workers, the non-established workers. And when the negotiation was finished, the increase was from 10%
This
to
is Antigua
60%
breaking news.
for non-established workers. And when everybody, I make nice from Robin and Ruben and said too much, Reese Burst asked all them one question. I believe $1,000 a month at too much repair or police constable.
This is Antigua breaking
After that,
news.
Ruben Harris went to the OECS and they had a meeting about the dollar kind of the US dollar in a uptown class and before. And he said, let us peg the US dollar, peg the EC dollar to the US dollar, that's 270. People said he was crazy.
Oh, yes.
And right now,
They say my nephew is crazy, but everything that I see him come up
Right
with,
now.
I see the rest of the world come up with it too.
that is the strongest currency we have nowadays, the EC dollar. So what I'm saying, that there are times when there were diversity. There were times when it looked as if things were not good.
This is
But
Antigua
VC
breaking
Bird
news.
always stood by his people. You remember when the fencing scandal hit? All the UPP did was to have a little internal inquiry. And then say, I punish nobody. He come to me like people don't want truth.
True.
And me round Labour Party. I knock up for myself for all them years. Me get turned away. He get turned away. And all the people can say, make me attack and he get turned. But
Okay.
a man that come in Labour Party, he get water, electricity, and telephone free. He pushed on the podium whenever let the bird get. Sudden.
What do you have against my brother, man? You
No,
keep
but what
mentioning these
people believe
things.
that the money. So, even if me get on top on Zitney, at 12 pick me up, he can't spend money, but me suffer as a result. Other people don't suffer. So anybody tell me get money, me no overspend money.
Antigua breaking news.
Okay.
And me not say me get none from nobody. Me not say that if I'm gonna call an assistant. And if me can go, Tread Green never plant sudden. In the yard. And me not get sudden. I can call Jonas and tell you, look, I want 2 out of there somebody.
Oh, you get.
Ev-
Okay.
Everybody me can call. But nobody give me nothing
Breaking news.
for me to hide. When me see things that go wrong, I can't work.
Oh, they were just checking to
When
see.
I was at ZDK, I don't want no money. Because you're not ever tell me what to say. Some money was never my beef. Up to now, me to get my pension. I fear that make them a suffer for me. Fear that make them a suffer for me. Fly, you know a fella named Basu?
Basu, yes. APUA. APUA from Bendel's, yes.
Yes.
Queen Imina's son, yes.
And you remember? Couple elections ago,
Antigua breaking news.
his posters was all around St. Mary's South, trying to get into contest the primary against Sir Marvin Joseph. Remember that? Posters was all over.
This is
Nobody
Antigua
tell Marvin.
breaking news.
But I know he was peeved. And then, even though Basso was upcoming, everybody figured that he would have been a good replacement. After this poster thing, without even discussing it with the branch, you see him as if
This is
his
Antigua
political
breaking
favor
news.
kind of wore away. Now, there's a young fella that they say is from Burton.
Some Burton.
And he about 10 posters all around St. Philip.
St. where?
St. Peter.
Oh, St. Peter's.
All around St. Peter.
Well, who I see.
Inside,
This is Antigua
outside.
breaking news.
saying he's going to represent the Antigua Labour Party when there's an incumbent Asot Michael there. I want to tell him.
What are you going to tell him? You?
The kind of posters that he have up. They said to me, them posters, they cost about 10,000 each.
And?
And they would have recommended that he would have carried the money to Parham School. So they could have buy some books and some pencils.
No worry, we had the money for buy them day.
Okay then.
Good.
Well then say, you be no hell of a house.
Well, he must have to live some way.
Down at Jolly Beach.
He can't live in Papa and Mama house for the rest of his life.
Some fella named Cart.
Okay?
Right? And he gets 17 while somebody else gets 70 and 13. But let me tell everybody, that is not the way politics should go.
Tell them, teach them now.
And
You're the
like
teacher all of a sudden.
Ephesians 4:32.
If he...
And be kind to one another. Tender-hearted.
Yes.
Tender-hearted. Forgive one another. Even as God in Christ
I forgive
you.
What is this? There's no Bible. And so wicked
Matthew
and evil.
6:14 say,
Matthew 6:14 too.
for if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. And Matthew 15 say, but if you do not forgive men their trespasses,
The prayer, just say the Lord's Prayer.
neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
See, you could have just
My brother,
you could have just used the Lord's Prayer.
forgiveness and unity is what I'm asking for.
Boy,
There was a
conveniently.
fella that took his package and he left. And when he came back, his other brothers and sisters saw his father with a big feast. He killed the fatted calf. And when they make noise, they say, he has come back to the fold. Yes, he is the prodigal son. I'm not asking for no prodigality.
And say all that to say what?
That we should forgive people.